Have you ever wondered why a nation, vast and powerful as it may be, would act with such unrelenting desire towards a smaller neighbor? What drives such a colossal entity to focus its attention and resources on a seemingly insignificant speck on the map? Why would China, with its millennia of history and culture, seem so driven by what appears to be simple greed when it comes to the Philippines? Is it merely a quest for more land, or is there something deeper at play? The answer, like the ocean depths that surround these islands, is complex and multifaceted. It involves a blend of historical claims, economic interests, and strategic imperatives that go beyond mere territorial expansion. It is a story woven through time, ambition, and the ever-present desire for power. From ancient dynasties to modern-day politics, the threads of ambition and control have always been part of China's narrative. To understand China's actions, we must first understand the region itself. The South China Sea is not just a geographical location. It is a region rich in history, culture, and resources. The South China Sea, shimmering under the tropical sun, is not just a body of water, it is a lifeline for many nations, providing food, transportation, and economic opportunities. It is a vital artery of global trade, a treasure trove of resources, and a strategic chessboard where nations make their moves with calculated precision. The sea lanes are bustling with cargo ships, the waters are rich with fish, and beneath the waves lie untapped reserves of oil and natural gas. Control over this region means control over a significant portion of the world's economy and resources. The geopolitical stakes are high and the players are many. Diplomacy, alliances, and power plays all come into the picture as nations vie for influence and control. Understanding this intricate web of interests and ambitions is key to grasping why China acts the way it does. Historical claims, national pride, and the quest for resources all intertwine in this complex narrative. The story of China's actions in the South China Sea is not just about greed. It is about survival, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of power. The South China Sea holds an allure that goes far beyond its picturesque beaches and turquoise waters. Beneath the surface lies a wealth of natural resources, from oil and natural gas reserves to abundant fishing grounds. These resources are essential for China's booming economy and its ever-growing need for energy. But the South China Sea's importance extends beyond raw materials. It is a crucial shipping route, carrying trillions of dollars worth of goods each year. Control over this maritime highway gives China a strategic advantage, allowing it to influence trade and project its power far beyond its borders. China's claim to the South China Sea is not a recent development. It stretches back through the annals of history, deeply embedded in the nation's cultural and historical consciousness. It is rooted in centuries-old maps and historical narratives that depict the region as an integral part of their territory. These maps, meticulously drawn by ancient cartographers, illustrate China's long-standing connection to the South China Sea. These claims, often based on the voyages of ancient Chinese explorers, have been passed down through generations, shaping China's perception of its rightful place in the region. The tales of these explorers, who braved the vast and treacherous waters, are woven into the fabric of Chinese history. However, these historical claims are often contested by other nations, including the Philippines, who possess their own historical narratives and legal claims to the disputed waters. The Philippines, with its own rich history of maritime exploration and trade, presents a different perspective on the ownership of these waters. This clash of historical interpretations lies at the heart of the ongoing tensions in the South China Sea. The region has become a focal point for international diplomacy, with various countries asserting their rights based on historical, legal, and strategic grounds. The waters of the South China Sea, rich in resources and strategic importance, continue to be a contentious and highly debated area on the global stage. China's economic rise has been nothing short of remarkable. Its transformation from an isolated nation to a global economic powerhouse has fueled an insatiable hunger for resources and markets. The South China Sea, with its abundant natural resources and strategic trade routes, is seen as a vital component of China's continued economic growth. This economic imperative drives China to secure its access to the region's resources, even if it means pushing the boundaries of international law and challenging the sovereignty of its neighbors. The economic stakes are simply too high for China to ignore. Section 5. More than just fish in the sea. While the economic benefits of the South China Sea are undeniable, the region is rich in marine biodiversity and natural resources, including vast reserves of oil and natural gas. These resources are crucial for the economic growth and energy security of the surrounding nations. China's actions are also driven by a desire for geopolitical dominance. By building artificial islands and establishing military bases, China aims to extend its influence far beyond its shores. The South China Sea is not merely an economic resource, it is a strategic arena where global powers vie for control. The sea lanes here are some of the busiest in the world, facilitating a significant portion of global trade. It is a strategic arena where China seeks to assert its regional power and challenge the existing world order. The military parades and naval exercises are not just displays of strength, but also signals to other nations about China's growing capabilities. By establishing a strong presence in the South China Sea, China aims to secure its maritime borders and protect its economic interests. The patrols and formations are constant reminders of China's vigilance. China can control vital shipping lanes, project its military might, and ensure the safety of its commercial vessels. The ability to launch aircraft from naval ships further enhances its strategic reach and limit the influence of the United States and its allies in the region. The presence of U.S. Navy vessels and joint military exercises with allied forces are countermeasures to China's growing influence. It is a high-stakes game of geopolitical chess, with each move carefully calculated. The strategic points in the South China Sea are like key positions on a chessboard, each one critical for maintaining control, with the South China Sea serving as the central board. The movements of ships and the establishment of military bases are all part of a larger strategy to dominate this crucial region. Section 6. A modern-day treasure island? The Philippines, an archipelago nation of over 7,000 islands, finds itself caught in the crosshairs of China's ambitions. The disputed waters hold immense economic potential for the Philippines, providing fishing grounds that sustain countless livelihoods and potential access to valuable energy reserves. However, China's growing assertiveness in the region threatens the Philippines' ability to exploit these resources and exercise its sovereignty within its own exclusive economic zone. This has led to heightened tensions between the two nations, with the Philippines looking for international support to counter China's growing influence. Section 7. The price of power. China's pursuit of its interests in the South China Sea comes at a cost. Its assertive actions have strained relations with its neighbors, sparked international condemnation, and raised concerns about its commitment to international law and peaceful conflict resolution. The construction of artificial islands and military installations in disputed waters has been met with alarm by the international community, raising fears of an arms race and further instability in the region. Section 8. A delicate balancing act. The situation in the South China Sea is a complex web of competing interests, historical claims, and geopolitical ambitions. Finding a peaceful and lasting solution will require a delicate balancing act, one that respects the legitimate interests of all parties involved. Dialogue, diplomacy, and a commitment to international law are essential to de-escalating tensions and finding common ground. The alternative, a descent into conflict, would be devastating for all involved. Section 9. The future of the archipelago. The future of the South China Sea hangs in the balance. Will it become a zone of cooperation where nations work together to sustainably manage resources and ensure freedom of navigation? Or will it descend into a hotbed of tension where might trumps right and the pursuit of national interest outweighs the need for peace and stability? The choices made by China, the Philippines, and the international community in the coming years will determine the fate of this vital region. Section 10. Echoes in the coral. The South China Sea, teeming with life and echoing with history, stands as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the interconnectedness of our world. The actions of one nation reverberate across the globe, impacting the lives of countless individuals and shaping the destiny of entire regions. It is a reminder that the pursuit of power and prosperity must be tempered by wisdom, restraint, and a commitment to the common good. Section 11, A World Watching. As we look out over the vast expanse of the South China Sea, we are reminded that the quest for peace and justice is never ending. It requires constant vigilance, unwavering resolve, and the courage to stand up for what is right, even in the face of adversity. The world is watching, hoping that the nations involved will choose the path of dialogue and diplomacy, ensuring that the South China Sea remains a beacon of hope rather than a harbinger of conflict. Subscribe for more amazing content. Keep wondering. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.